My name? My name is Carlos. I think that being an explorer is part of my personality. However, in my life, I've had many opportunities to kind of develop that attribute. One example that I always give is, for example, when I graduated from high school, I knew that I wanted to become a vet doctor, so actually I went to university, I got my degree, and yeah, I was very happy working in that field. But unfortunately, when we had the economic crisis in Europe, since I was one of the youngest people in the place where I was working at, well, they cut funds and eventually I got jobless. So at the time, I told to myself I had two options here. Is either just to wait and just to figure out how can I make things better to find another job as a vet, or maybe to explore different possibilities because it was really uncertain what was going to happen. So eventually, I started kind of trying to find out what could I do instead. And life, let's say, that put in my way like many different options that I could decide whether I wanted to pursue them or not. So the first big thing that I decided to do was to move to another country. So I think that Explorer works in two ways here. It's not just changing my career, but also moving to a different place. So I moved to South Africa, and there in South Africa I worked in a complete different thing. So I could not work as a vet. Instead, I was customer relations manager for American Airlines. I think that was a great experience because that allowed me to discover a complete different field that I was completely unaware. And if I had just stayed on my field as a vet, most likely in my life I would never have the opportunity to interact with that field. But the thing is that once you start exploring, it becomes some sort of habit. So I just realized that, well, if I've done this once, why not to do it again if I feel that the opportunity comes up? So after spending 3 years in South Africa, I moved to Norway. In Norway, I started teaching one of my passions, which is languages actually, so I became a Spanish teacher there. And then when I felt that my time was done in Norway as well, I returned to Spain and I had the opportunity to go to India. And nowadays, I'm a Spanish teacher here at the American School. This is my 4th year in India, my 3rd year here at school. And when I look back, if I could see myself like 10 years ago, thinking my future, being a Spanish teacher in India and using English as my first communication language, that's something I would say that's impossible. So I think that being an explorer is really important. We always have two options, either not to do anything or just to go for that. And of course, sometimes it's not easy. I feel that there are many challenges. You will find people that will support you, people that would say you are crazy. But at the end of the day, I feel that what you need to do is just to go and look and do what you want to do, and to step outside of your comfort zone, because I think that actually the outcome is really rewarding. Working at ASC, I would say it will sound like a little bit cheesy, but probably to me it would be like some sort of like a dream come true. I feel it's a place where I can be myself, I can do what I like, what I discovered that I like doing actually, and my opinion is really valued. I think that everyone has a voice, and also the kids here, they have a fantastic experience, so there's no better place it could be. I think it would be difficult just to find only one thing that I would say, but definitely based on the experience that I've had, I would say it's a fantastic opportunity. Being in India is an incredible place. It might take some time to adjust, but once you are in, you love it. So definitely I would encourage for people that they have like second thoughts about it, always to encourage maybe to talk to some of us that we've been here for a few years, so that we can provide some information that can be really useful to help with the transition and the adjustment. The first advice I would give is just to find friends and to find support. It could be with the faculty, it could be just maybe going out to different events that happen in Chennai and trying to establish some sort of network. I feel that discovering India is much more rewarding if you do it with more people and actually you have people to support you. Of course, it depends on the personality. If someone just wants to explore on his own or her own, that's perfectly fine. But at least for what I felt for most of us, just having a group of people to have around and to explore together, that's probably the best advice I could give.